The Hollywood English Hug presenting The Dark Knight. The movie starts with a gang of fellows with clown masks breaking into the bank wherein the mob contains an oversized component in their cash stashed. We see Lieutenant James Gordon manning the bat signal, looking ahead to Batman with Detective. As he gasses one and all the fake Batmen together with his thoughts-altering capsules from his cuff, the Scarecrow notes that they're not the important Batman, because Batman could in no way use a gun. The actual Batman arrives at the scene and bends the rifle barrel of one of the wannabe Batmen before knocking him out. The Chechen sends his Rottweilers to assault the Batman, and as Batman saves them, he takes the dogs out after being badly bitten within the arm. The Scarecrow tries to escape in an exceedingly white van, but Batman jumps onto the van and begins cutting into the side along with his tool noted because the Mangler. Scarecrow swerves right into a support, which sends Batman to the underside. As Scarecrow receives a way down a spiraling passageway, Batman leaps onto the roof of his van, smashing it to a halt. When one of the imposters says he's seeking to help, Batman harshly tells him he wouldn't need any assist. Gordon arrives at the bank the Joker delayed earlier with Ramirez, who indicates him the Joker's image from a security camera. Batman arrives to investigate the scene, noting that they've irradiated the drug money to form it easier to trace. When Gordon asks him if the Joker may be a hazard, Batman informs him that he cannot worry approximately one guy, whilst there could even be a full mob to deliver down. He notices Bruce preserving a close watch on newly appointed district lawyer Harvey Dent through some PC displays, as Bruce is trying to see whether or not Dent could even be relied on. Harvey Dent arrives in court to check in for Rachel Dawes in prosecuting mobster Salvatore Maroni, the alleged new chief of the Falcone crime circle of relatives. Dent meets Lieutenant Gordon, and after a brief change of phrases, they each specific their distrust for those which are running in each different workplaces. Harvey interrogates Gordon over his involvement with the Batman, and Harvey tells him he desires to meet him. Gordon requests search warrants for 5 banks, which may be believed to be preserving the remainder of the mob's money. Dent has the identical opinion to again Gordon's search warrants, forming a tenuous accept as true with the sincere Gordon, who successively hails Dent as Gotham's White Knight at the identical time as Dent questions Gordon approximately every other nickname that they had for him while he became at IAD, a nickname Gordon claims to do not have any information of. Lucius Fox holds a board assembly at Wayne Enterprises, negotiating a joint project with Lau, the best of Lau Security Investments, based in Metropolis. After the assembly with Lau, Wayne expresses his reservations with Lucius Fox about Lau's business operation, seemingly illegal, supported their income. At first, Bruce seems jealous and threatened by means of Harvey, based at the truth that he's courting his very own love interest, but Harvey explains how he helps the work of Batman and appreciates his assist. Lau seems to them on a television reveal from his plane on his manor return to city. He informs the mob that everyone in their cash has already been moved to at least one secure place, simply as Lieutenant Gordon and employer are looking the banks, locating nothing however the irradiated trace cash. The Joker enters inside the realm, and after killing a opposed mob member's crony through way of a magic trick, sits down and talks with the mob approximately how pathetic they have ended up for the rationale that Batman donned around. He warns them approximately Lau, saying he's tuned into its squealer whilst he sees one, prompting Lau to indicate off his monitor. The mob laughs, and joined of the mobsters, Gamble, rises from his seat and threatens the Joker. The Joker opens his coat, exposing grenades. The Joker tells the mob that after they try to take matters a small amount greater severely, supply him a reputation, and offers them with his card, a Joker gambling card. But not before warning that Batman will come for Lau. As Dent and Gordon blame one another for the cash's disappearance because of leaks from corrupt officials within the others' departments, they provide a symbol to Batman that they have Lau lower back, knowing that Batman is beneath no person's jurisdiction. Fox will accompany him, making it appear to be the foremost effective reason for his visit became to cancel the negotiations with Lau's corporation. Gamble is playing pool with four of his buddies, till one altogether them informs him that a gaggle of hoodlums have killed the Joker, and has the frame. The frame is delivered and blanketed in a very bag, and as Gamble is on the purpose of pay, the Joker rises up and holds a knife to his face whilst his men preserve weapons to his associates' heads. Meanwhile, Fox arrives in port to satisfy with Lau. He examines his mobile smartphone on the front table at Lau's building, as there don't seem to be any cell telephones allowed at the premises. Fox meets with Lau and informs him of Wayne Enterprises' plans to cancel negotiations along with his employer. Batman crashes in via a window in Lau's office, and after a vicious fight with style of his guards, grabs Lau and escapes via sending a balloon connected to a cable to an aircraft he has chartered flying over Lau's building. Back in Gotham, Lau is interrogated by means of Rachel with Dent and Gordon searching on. Dent then realizes that they will have the leverage they require during a RICO case of conspiracy to hyperlink all of the mob participants collectively. As all the mob participants that Lau informed the police are rounded up for arraignment, Judge Janet Cirillo finds a Joker card within the center of the stack of conviction papers. Dent gives a televised impromptu interview denying Batman's involvement at the identical time as expressing gratitude for the police paintings in bringing the mob contributors to justice. Dent, Gordon, and Commissioner Loeb meet with the mayor to inform him that Dent's rash indictment of the mob individuals will give the mayor clean streets for 18 months. The mayor informs Dent that his brash moves will bring down the whole might of Gotham's underworld and corrupt residents totally upon him. When the mayor asks if Dent is prepared to be the city's goal, the physical object of a Batman wannabe placing with the assistance of a new slams towards the mayor's window dressed up during a Batman healthy, with makeup on his face similar to the Joker's hole with the perimeters of the mouth sliced into a smile and with a Joker card pinned to him studying "Will the 000 Batman please get up?" As Harvey Dent's fundraiser at Wayne's penthouse receives underway, Rachel and a nervous Dent arrive and mingle. Wayne arrives with 3 models through helicopter and seeks out Harvey, whom he applauds and throws his full support within the rear of claiming, "I accept as true" within Harvey Dent. Minutes later, Rachel meets with Bruce on the balcony disenchanted that Bruce is making amusing a Dent, but Bruce tells her that he truly believes in Harvey, which he is also the corporate, because the easiest way to permit him to dangle up his mantle as Batman so as that they'll be together. Dent joins them to thank Bruce and retrieve Rachel. Meanwhile, Gordon discovers that there are 3 lines of DNA on the Joker card, from Commissioner Loeb, Harvey Dent, and Judge Cirillo, the judge that's attempting all the mob participants and determined the cardboard variety of the work. Dent takes Rachel aside to ask her to marry him, but she is torn and can't provide him a solution. Bruce subdues Dent and locks him in a very closet at the identical time as Rachel watches in surprise. Bruce tells Rachel that they, the Joker and his goons, have come for Harvey and to live hidden from sight. The Joker scans the space trying to seek out Harvey Dent, whilst Rachel steps ahead. A combat breaks out between Batman, the Joker, and his goons with the Joker, and so the goons beating on Batman quite properly. When Batman profits the favorable position, he sees the Joker maintaining a gun at Rachel's head as he dangles her out of an effort-out window. Batman is seen on the sting of a rooftop listening in to itinerant frequencies, while he overhears a plot con to Harvey Dent. Gordon rushes to the condominium with Ramirez and Batman to hunt out 2 policemen murdered, with the last names Harvey and Dent. Ramirez begins accountable Batman, however Gordon cuts her off. As Batman eliminates a bit of concrete wall that contains a bullet used inside the murders in hopes of finding proof, Gordon notes that the Joker has left an improved replica of the subsequent day's newspaper indicating the death of the mayor. At Wayne Enterprises, Fox meets with Wayne's accountant Coleman Reese, who claims to know approximately certain problems with Wayne's funding in research and development, claiming that Wayne features some reasonably government project with mobile telephones for the Navy underway. Because the ceremony maintains on the road underneath, Wayne inspects an area wherein he believes the Joker is probably, and he reveals several guys engaged. At the identical time, the Joker, who had eliminated his makeup and played himself off as a member of the Dignity Shield for the ceremony, turns and takes an effort on the mayor, but Lieutenant Gordon dives within the way, getting shot within the rear and falling. Gordon's spouse, Barbara, shouts out at the empty sky to Batman that he has introduced this craziness upon Gotham. Gordon's younger son catches a quick glimpse of Batman mournfully looking the scene. Meanwhile, Batman enters a club and grabs Maroni after beating on his guys. Batman drops him off a ledge, injuring his legs, and learns that Maroni has no idea where the Joker is. Maroni explains that the Joker has no pals and no one will deliver him up because, in contrast to Batman, he performs by using no policies. As he flips the coin all over again, Batman shows up and snatches the coin in midair, asking if Dent might genuinely flee a thug's lifestyle's the utmost amount is danger, to which Dent answers, not precisely. As Batman leaves, Harvey yells at him that he can't deliver in. She tells him that turning himself in won't forestall the Joker's murderous rampage. However, Bruce says he has enough blood on his hands already. He reminds her that she promised him that they could be together if and when he hung up the mantle of Batman. She tells Bruce that if he turns himself in as Batman, that the town will by no means allow them to be collectively. Back at Wayne's secret base of operations for Batman, he and Alfred start destroying the whole lot, which can tie Lucius Fox or Rachel to Batman. Alfred attempts to speak Bruce out of it, asking him involve those trying times and permit Batman to create the right preference that no one else can for the foremost effective of the town. Bruce explains that Batman can't endure the responsibility for innocent's demise, especially during which Rachel is worried. At the press conference, Harvey attempts to reason with the assembled press and police to not give in to the fear that the Joker has unleashed upon town. He concurs that Batman could also be a vigilante, however, that the people of Gotham must keep him accountable and not supply into the whims of this terrorist spoken because the Joker. Rachel, watching the news convention at Bruce Wayne's penthouse, confronts Alfred over Bruce's seeming cowardice in allowing Harvey to need the Atom while he claims to be Batman. Alfred explains to Rachel that Batman is alternatively permitting himself to be something else except a hero, especially a determined out-of-doors of the gadget that the humans can each communicate or blame in times of need, that Batman can take it. While being taken to a convoy so it'll shipping him to a county, Harvey explains to Rachel that this can be often Batman's danger. During this delivery, he's planning on getting attacked by using the Joker, and he's planning on Batman to return back and shop him, and to seize the Joker. Batman chases down the Joker on his Batpod, and after firing some cables on the truck and weaving them through some mild poles and buildings, flips the truck absolutely over. The Joker emerges with a Smith & Wesson M76 machine gun and shoots at Batman, who speeds within the direction of him on his Batpod, all at the identical time as screaming at Batman to hit him. Batman honors his own non-deadly code and swerves across the Joker, then crashes into the flipped truck, falling to the bottom. During the interrogation, Batman seems and starts off evolved beating at the Joker, trying to hunt out get in which Harvey is. The Joker gets below Batman's pores and skin, telling him that they're going to be both freaks, which after the kinsfolk of Gotham not view Batman as a desire, they'll activate him. Batman becomes enraged and places a chair underneath the door and beats the Joker savagely. However, the Joker simply laughs and defiantly tells Batman that there's also naught he can do to him to harm him, which he clearly enjoys the beatings. He gives the places of the two, saying that he best has time to save, lots of, to avoid wasting, lots of one in every of them, which he must make a choice on the do to violate Batman's code of non-deadly way, that one altogether them will die because of the particular fact Batman can't shop them each. Batman heads off, telling Gordon that he's going after Rachel. As Batman and the police are speeding in the direction of the two prisoners, Harvey awakens to pay attention Rachel's voice. Harvey tells Rachel that the whole thing can be okay, and Rachel tells Harvey that she wants to marry him. Batman arrives on the deal with that the Joker had advised him Rachel changed into Ad. However, when he opens the door, he finds Harvey Dent as a substitute, who screams in depression at having been located in preference to Rachel. Gordon arrives at the intended location for Dent, but the warehouse explodes and Rachel is killed. As Batman saves Dent by wearing him out of the warehouse, the explosion ignites the fuel that saturated Dent's face, horribly burning it. Batman visits Dent inside the health center, and leaves him the two-headed coin that they observed on the website where Rachel died. She explains that she goes to marry Harvey Dent and that after she instructed him that she could be with him when he no longer need to be Batman, that she supposed it. Alfred chooses now not to give him her letter, pronouncing the time isn't always right and that with Harvey Dent hospitalized, it will be up to him alone to fight the crime in Gotham City. Commissioner Gordon visits Dent and tries to tell him how sorry he's for what has transpired, questioning why Dent refused skin grafts and painkillers and the way he can stand to be in unrelenting pain over his disfigurement. Harvey is filled with rage for Gordon not being attentive to him, whilst he warned Gordon no longer to consider the corrupt officials that Dent investigated for the duration of his time in internal affairs, which has ended in Dent's disfigurement and in the long run Rachel's death. Dent needs Gordon inform him the nickname that they had for him whilst he changed into an IA, which Gordon ashamedly replies Harvey Two-Face, while being compelled to stare at the significant burns and scarred tissue that cover one half of Harvey's face. As Gordon leaves an emotionally devastated Harvey, he runs into Maroni inside the hallway, who tells him that the Joker has long gone too far and that if Gordon desires the clown, he knows wherein he can be. When they get to Gotham General, a police officer attempts to evacuate a nurse in Harvey Dent's room, which then seems to be the Joker, and he kills the cop. Two-Face, bent on revenge and now believing the entirety in the world must be determined by means of threat, flips the double-headed coin to determine whether or not to shoot Joker, which Joker has the same opinion is most effective truthful. Afterwards, the Joker appears on TV all over again, forcing kidnapped GCN reporter Mike Engel to seem it out his plans. He reads that Gotham City now belongs to the Joker, starting that very night time. During which, Two-Face enters a close-by bar wherein Detective Warts, the grimy cop that had picked him up after the Joker became captured, hangs out. At the identical time, Batman makes use of Fox's mobile phone sonar era to suggest each single cellular cell phone in Gotham right into a sonar tool, giving him the prospect to spy on anybody in Gotham. He calls Fox in and tells him to screen the monitors and deliver him updates on the Joker's area while he sees him. Fox is appalled that Batman could use his era to spy at the citizens of Gotham and reluctantly has the identical opinion to help, stating that the gadget must be destroyed after the Joker is captured or he will need to retire. Meanwhile, two huge ferries leave Gotham due to the Joker's threats. It's presently that the Joker's voice is heard over the loudspeaker of both ferries, and he informs them that they're a component of a social experiment. One ferry must press the button and smash the opposite boat through nighttime, alternatively the Joker will wreck both boats. Fox unearths the Joker, who is holed up during a building nonetheless being constructed with many clown guards. As Gordon arrives at the constructing where the Joker is, he receives a reputation from his family telling him they'll be being held captive via Two-Face within the vicinity within which Rachel become killed. After determining that the clown guards are the actual hostages and thus the docs/hostages are the Joker's goons, he beats down some SWAT individuals with the intention to prevent them from killing the clown guards, and he disables the goons as he makes his manner up to the Joker's location. When he sooner or later confronts the Joker sends the Chechen's Rottweilers after him, and whilst Batman fights them off, the Joker beats him brutally with a blunt metallic object, and subsequently throws him near the sting of the constructing, trapping him beneath a metallic beam. On the Crook Ferry, certainly one in every of the foremost important and meanest searching convicts makes a speech, approximately the warden retaining the cause not understanding the simplest way to require life, then goes up to the warden and asks to want the cause so he himself can do what the warden should have accomplished 10 minutes ago. The warden fingers the convict the trigger, and thus the convict instantly throws it out of the ferry, making it unattainable for every body on the convict ferry to explode the harmless ferry. The Joker, on top of Batman while preserving him down, indicates signs and symptoms of disappointment, whilst neither of the ferry's passengers will condescend his stage. While striking before Batman, the Joker tells him that the two of them are destined to combat forever, and therefore the way Batman without a doubt is incorruptible. The Joker well-known shows to him, however, that his actual plan become to engineer the autumn of Gotham's company, Harvey Dent, on the grounds that may introduce a full lot greater chaos when a decent guy like Dent is proven descending into chaos and evil. Batman arrives and tells him to forestall, and answerable the people to blame for Rachel's loss of life. So then Two-Face flips the coin for Batman, which lands on the grimy, scarred facet, and Two-Face shoots him. As he's flipping the coin for Gordon's son, he tells Gordon to deceive the boy and tell him that everything is also alright, even as Dent himself had to tell Rachel before, seconds prior to she became killed. Batman hands Jimmy up to Gordon as Batman himself falls to the bottom next to Two-Face, who lies immobile. As Gordon climbs right down to test on Batman, Batman laments that, within the future, the Joker won. Batman explains that Gotham can in no way discover about the murders, and takes the blame of them on himself, so as that the Joker wouldn't win and therefore the town's peace could remain. Batman, within the background, continues to elucidate that by means of taking the blame of the killings, the faith that the people of Gotham had in Harvey Dent is also rewarded, and that they are able to sense justified. Batman then runs from Gordon because the law enforcement officials start to chase him, and Gordon tells his son that while Harvey Dent changed into the hero Gotham needed, Batman is the hero that Gotham deserved. Batman receives on his Batpod and speeds away, while Gordon proclaims, "He's a silent guardian."